Hi everybody and welcome to my presentation about how the hell does boss armor work. I'm Hearts, I will be your lead today. What is boss armor first of all? Boss armor is an endgame Isaac mechanic that is given to some bosses to make them more tanky in the face of any amount of damage. You'll see this on bosses like Mega Satan, Satan, Mother, all the four horsemen in the Beast fight, Beast itself, Delirium, Hush, Lamb, things of that sort. Second, how is it calculated? So, boss armor's calculation is a little bit complicated because it takes the base HP of the enemy, the damage taken in the last 4 seconds, the armor value in the code. This is very dependent on the character, but it ranges from 0 to 120, where 0 is a lot of boss armor and 120 is not very much boss armor, funny enough. It takes into account Isaac's damage stat. Starting armor protection is something that is kind of special. So what that means is when you enter into a room for the first time on anything with boss armor, for the first 4 seconds, it'll have a boss armor protection stat that ranges from 99% damage reduction to 0% over, and slowly, gradually decreases over those 4 seconds. This doesn't really matter most of the time because you're going to spend more than 4 seconds on the average boss, but it matters with Delirium because he changes form so often. All of these together cap at 0.09% of your damage, meaning you can never deal less than 9% of your damage stat. That's really important because sometimes you can overwhelm that value with just raw damage. This phase has no boss armor though. Delirium in his base form, he's a weak ass and you should kill him. Next, how do we beat boss armor? Luck-based tier effects are your best friends. The reason that these are the best friends is because they don't rely on the damage stat, but also increase your damage exponentially. Things like Jawbreaker, things like Backstabber, things like Play-Doh Cookie, things like Soy Milk, or excuse me, not Soy Milk, things like Bird's Eye there. 2, bombs that don't replace your tears are super helpful. Scatter bombs, cross bombs, fire bombs, anything that really just makes your bombs deal more damage. Nancy bombs are actually a really good thing for this because the random effects on the bombs can really add up. These aren't as helpful for really late game bosses like Hush and Delirium, but are very powerful for things like Lamb, Mom, Mega Stan, things of that sort. When they replace your tears, though, they are affected by the boss armor stat, so be careful with that. 4, lots of familiars. This is a really big deal because familiars are not affected by your damage stat, so if you have lots of familiars and a low damage stat, you can actually deal more damage with your familiars than you would actually be dealing with your own stats. Things like Rotten Baby are really helpful for this. Dry Baby being the overall classic boss killer, it's really good against a lot of boss patterns, but it's also really good at just breaking through that boss armor on its own. Necronomicon effects in particular are unaffected by boss armor, so Dry Baby is very helpful for that. Damage ups that just aren't in your HUD in general. There are a couple of these. Himsl sometimes does this, but this is more talking about luck-based tier effects overall. Things like Mom's Knife can be really helpful for this. Things like Backstabber, because that's not a luck-based tier effect, are very powerful for this. Blood Clot also a good option. There's some items there that can help. And thanks for watching. That's a little bit about boss armor. That's a little bit about how it works. You can follow me on TikTok. You can follow me on YouTube. You can follow me on Twitch. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good rest of your day. Bye.